Immoral trafficking is a community-wide problem and it needs community-wide solution. Hello viewers, welcome to UN College Digital Class. We had discussed Immoral Trafficking Act 1956 and already we had discussed what is immoral trafficking, different purposes of trafficking and different reasons behind the trafficking, and also discussed from section 1 to section 10. And in this class now we will discuss from section 11. Under section 11, notification of address of previously convicted offenders. Part 1, when any person having been convicted by a court in India of an offence punishable under this act or punishable under section 363, section 365, section 366, section 366A, section 366B, section 367, section 368, section 370, section 371, section 372 or section 373 of the Indian Penal Code 45 Amendment of 1860 with imprisonment for a term of 2 years or upwards. When in court of law prove that a person committed any crime, then court in India punished the offender under section 363, 364, 365, section 366, 366A, 366B, 367, 368, section 370, section 371, then section 372 and section 373 of Indian Penal Code. And under these sections, the offender will be punishable for 2 years imprisonment or more than 2 years for his offence, which depends upon the offence of the offender. Part B, by a court or tribunal in any other country of an offence which would, if committed in India, have been punishable under this act or under any of the aforesaid sections with imprisonment for a like term is within a period of 5 years after release from prison. Again convicted of any offence punishable under this act or under any of those sections with imprisonment for a term of 2 years or upwards by a court, such court may, if it thinks fit, at the time of passing the sentence of imprisonment on such person, also order that his residence and any change of the offender or absence from such residence after release be notified according to rules made under section 23 for a period not exceeding 5 years from the date of expiration of that sentence. By a court in other country of an offence which would, if committed in India, have been punishable for imprisonment of 5 years and after prison, if convicted again, then punishable for 2 years. If court saw any changes, then can order for residence, but it should be notified under section 23. Then 2, if such conviction is set aside on appeal or otherwise such order shall become void. If such criminal is cited on or out of the way, then it shall be void under this section. Then part 3, an order under this section may also be made by an appellate court or by the High Court when exercising its powers or revision. Under this section, order for may also appellate by court or High Court when the court implementing the power or revision upon the offender. Then part 4, any person charged with a breach of any rule referred to in subsection 1 may be tried by a magistrate of competent jurisdiction in the district in which the place last notified as his residence is situated. If a person breaking any law or failing to follow or celebrate any law, then the magistrate of his district where his residence is situated referred a notice to that place where the offender is living. Then section 12, security for good behavior from habitual offenders, reported by the Suppression of Immoral Trafficking in Women and Girls Amendment Act 1986, 44 of 1986, section 13. Under section 12, Immoral Trafficking Act Amendment 44 in 1986, under this section there is when the offender habitually committed offences, then there is security for good behavior of a offender under section 12, which is reported by Amendment of Immoral Trafficking Act for Women and Girl. Then section 13, Special Police Officer and Advisory Body. Here the state government appointed special police officers and advisory body to deal with immoral trafficking issue, because in our society every day immoral trafficking issue faced by many persons. Subsection 1, there shall be for each area to be specified by the state government. In this behalf, a special police officer appointed by or on behalf of that government for dealing with offences under this act in that area. In each area, the state government appointed special police officers who will work for eradicating immoral trafficking issue from our society and working on behalf of the government for working under this section, who is the special police officer or otherwise known as trafficking police officer. Under subsection 2, the special police officer shall not be below the rank of an inspector of police. When the special police officer appointed for working under this section to eradicate immoral trafficking issue from our society, then he should not be under the rank of below inspector, he will be the rank above inspector. Subsection 2A, the district magistrate may, if he considers it necessary or expedient so to do, confer upon any retired police or military officer all or any of the powers conferred by or under this act on a special police officer with respect to particular cases or classes of cases or to cases generally, provided that no such power shall be conferred on. The district magistrate grant any retired police or military officer to work under this act as a special police officer, who will apply their powers deal with offences under this section. Then for a retired police officer, unless such officer at the time of his retirement was holding a post not below the rank of an inspector. When a retired police officer appointed as a special police officer, he should be above the rank of inspector, should not be under below the rank of inspector. When the special police officer appointed as a special officer, then at the time of retirement he should be above the post inspector as a police officer. But B, a retired military officer, unless such officer at the time of his retirement was holding a post not below the rank of a commissioned officer. When a retired military police officer appointed as a special police officer to dealing with the immoral trafficking issue in our society, he was holding the position above commissioned officer at the time of retirement from his job. Subsection 3, for the efficient discharge of his functions in relation to offences under this act, for A, the special police officer of an area shall be assisted by such number of subordinate police officers, which including women police officers wherever practicable, as the state government may think fit. The state government appointed different subordinate officers which include women police officers to cooperate the special police officer at the time of duty. When the special police officer will go for duty to the field area, then subordinate officers which include women police officers will provide to coordinate the special officer. Then part B, the state government may associate with the special police officer a non-official advisory body consisting of not more than 5 leading social welfare workers of that area, which including women social welfare workers wherever practicable, to advise him on questions of general importance regarding the working of this act. The state government associate a non-official advisory body to assist the special police officers, and the advisory body include not more than 5 members from welfare society or from different welfare organizations which is registered under acts and registered under state government, which include women social welfare workers to cooperate the special police officer at the time of duty in field. Then for 4, the central government may, for the purpose of investigating any offence under this act or under any other law for the time being in force dealing with sexual exploitation of persons and committed in more than one state, appoint such number of police officers as trafficking police officers, and they shall exercise all the powers and discharge all the functions as are exercisable by special police officers under this act, with the modification that they shall exercise such powers and discharge such functions in relation to the whole of India. Central government appoint such number of police officers who is known as trafficking officer to dealing with sexual exploitation issues in our society. They can use their power, they can use their ideas to deal with sexual exploitation issue from our society. Then section 14, offences to be cognizable. Notwithstanding anything contained in the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 to of 1974, any offence punishable under this act shall be deemed to be a cognizable offence within the meaning of that code, which provided that notwithstanding anything contained in that code, in the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, any offence will be punishable under this act. For I, under section 14, arrest without warrant may be made only by the special police officer or under his direction or guidance or subject to his prior approval. Only the special police officer can arrest a offender without warrant, and at that time a subordinate police officer can arrest, but they have to need of approval from the special police officer, or they have to need any guidance and directions from the special police officer to arrest the offender without any warrant. Then when the special police officer requires any officer subordinate to him to arrest without warrant, otherwise done in his presence, any person for an offence under this act, he shall give that subordinate officer an order in writing specifying the person to be arrested and the offence for which the arrest is being made, and the latter officer before arresting the person shall inform him of the substance of the order, and on being required by such person show him the order. When an offender will be arrested without any warrant by the subordinate officers, then the subordinate officers can arrest the offender, but there is need to be an written approval from the special police officer, and if there is any emergency reason, the subordinate officer can show that record or show that report which is ordered by the special officer to arrest that offender. Then the subordinate officer can show the record or show the order to the victim or to the offender if any requirement arises. Then any police officer not below the rank of sub-inspector specially authorized by the special officer may, if he has reason to believe that on account of delay involved in obtaining the order of the special police officer, any valuable evidence relating to any offence under this act is likely to be destroyed or concealed, or the person who has committed or is suspected to have committed the offence is likely to escape, or if the name and address of such a person is unknown, or there is reason to suspect that a false name or address has been given, arrest the person concerned without such order. But in such a case, he shall report as soon as may be to the special police officer the arrest and the circumstances in which arrest was made. The special police officers may order any officer who is not below the rank as sub-inspector for arrest an offender without any warrant, who was suspected as a criminal and who has false name or who is unknown. Then special officer ordered the officers to arrest him. Then section 15, search without warrant. Subsection 1 under section 15, notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force, whenever the special police officer or the trafficking police officer, as the case may be, has reasonable grounds for believing that an offence punishable under this act has been or is being committed in respect of a person living in any premises, and that search of the premises with warrant cannot be made without undue delay, such officer may, after recording the grounds of his belief, enter and search such premises without a warrant. If the special officer or trafficking police officer investigated that a area have to search, if any delay to search that area, then problem will arise. The special officer can search without warrant where the suspected victim is living or any suspected area and can be punishable under this act. Then subsection 2, before making a search under subsection 1, the special police officer or the trafficking police officer, as the case may be, shall call upon 2 or more respectable inhabitants, at least one of whom shall be a woman, of the locality in which the place to be searched is situate, to attend and witness the search, and may issue an order in writing to them or any of them so to do. Under this section, provided that the requirement as to the respectable inhabitants being from the locality in which the place to be searched is situate shall not apply to a woman required to attend and witness the search. Under subsection 1, when the special police officer or trafficking police officer search any area or any premises where sexual services provided to the customers or there is prostitution is going on, and the special police officer can search the area without any warrant or with warrant, but they need to be inhabitants of that area, at least 2 numbers of inhabitants, and which include at least one woman for eyewitness of that search. Then subsection 3, any person who without reasonable cause refuses or neglects to attend and witness a search under this section when called upon to do so by an order in writing delivered or tendered to him shall be deemed to have committed an offence under section 187 of the Indian Penal Code 45 of 1860. If any person without any reason delay to attend a search by the special police officer, then he shall be punishable, which is under section 187 of Indian Penal Code. Then part 4, the special police officer or the trafficking police officer, as the case may be, entering any premises under subsection 1 shall be entitled to remove therefrom all the persons found therein. The special police officer or trafficking police officer, when entering any area for search, then all the persons have to leave that area, or the special police officer has to remove all from that place, which place the special police officer will search for any issue. Then subsection 5, the special police officer or the trafficking police officer, as the case may be, after removing the person under subsection 4, shall forthwith produce him before the appropriate magistrate. The special officer or the trafficking police officer under subsection 4 will produce the offender before the appropriate magistrate. Subsection 5A, any person who is produced before a magistrate under subsection 5 shall be examined by a registered medical practitioner for the purposes of determination of the age of such person, or for the detection of any injuries as a result of sexual abuse, or for the presence of any sexually transmitted diseases. In this subsection, registered medical practitioner has the same meaning. Indian Medical Council Act 1956, 102 of 1956. Under Indian Medical Council Act 1956, the special police officer, when attend the offender before the magistrate, then the special police officer should be medically examined the person for detection of any sexual exploitation, injuries, or if presence of any sexually transmitted disease due to sexual abuse issue or due to a result of sexual exploitation with this person. Then subsection 6, the special police officer or the trafficking police officer, as the case may be, and other persons taking part in or attending and witnessing a search shall not be liable to any civil or criminal proceedings against them in respect of anything lawfully done in connection with or for the purpose of the search. The special police officer has to attend or witnessing at the time of search of any premises. Section 6A, under section 15, the special police officer or the trafficking police officer, as the case may be, making a search under this section shall be accompanied by at least 2 women police officers, and where any woman or girl removed under subsection 4 is required to be interrogated, it shall be done by a woman police officer, and if no woman police officer is available, the interrogation shall be done only in the presence of a lady member of a recognized welfare institution or organization. When any woman or girl removed under subsection 4, if there is need of any interrogation, the special police officer can interrogate the woman or girl, but only the woman police officer can interrogate the woman or girl for investigating any issue. If there is no woman police officer to interrogate them, then the special police officer can interrogate the woman or girl, but they need to be presence of any women welfare workers from different social welfare organization which is registered under Society Registration Act or any Trust Act under state government. Then subsection 7, the provisions of the Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 to of 1974 shall so far as may be apply to any search under this section as they apply to any search made under the authority of a warrant issued under section 94 of the said code. Under Code of Criminal Procedure 1973, provisions for any search under this section applied a warrant issued under section 94 of the Code of Criminal Law. Under section 16, there is rescue of person, means rescue of person who are facing immoral trafficking issue or facing prostitution or sexually services provided to the customers without any consent. Subsection 1 under section 16, where a magistrate has reason to believe from any information received from the police or from any other person authorized by the state government in this behalf or otherwise that any person is living or is carrying on or is being made to carry on prostitution in a brothel, he may direct a police officer not below the rank of a sub-inspector to enter such brothel and to remove there from such person and produce him. The special police officer or the trafficking police officer can enter into a premises where the sexual services provided to the customers or prostitution services providing to the customers, then the special police officer will enter that place and rescue the persons who are involving in that issues, or the special officer can order the other subordinate officers to search that area or rescue them, but the officer can order other officers who will not below the rank of sub-inspector. If a police officer can enter a brothel or the premises where the prostitution services provided, he will be above sub-inspector rank, who can arrest the persons who are involving in prostitution issues, and they have to present the persons before the magistrate. Then subsection 2 under section 16, the police officer after removing the person shall forthwith produce him before the magistrate issuing the order. When the police officer arrest or when the police officer remove the persons from any premises, then they have to produce that person before order by the magistrate to produce. They have to produce the person in front of the magistrate. In this lecture, we had discussed about from section 11 to section 16 of Immoral Trafficking Act, and we will continue this class further to discuss about other sections under this act. Keep watching. Thank you.